In the last episode, I was doing the Annapurna Circuit, and after reaching the highest point, I began to cycle back to Pokhara in a quite fast pace, because my visa, which was valid for 28 days, was about to run out. And I had two options, either to pay for an extension or to go back to India. And since my time until I would have to return to Georgia was also moving closer, I decided to not pay for the extension and instead to go and visit some of the most famous places in India. So I just had my last shower and now I'm leaving back to India. My visa for Nepal is another 5 days, so I kinda need to hurry a little bit, otherwise I have to pay an extra fee. So let's go. I'm cycling out now of Pokhara, and first couple of kilometers it's just uphill. So I'm heading to BUTWAL and then back to India from there. Going back basically the same way as I just came to Pokhara, but it feels very interesting because once you change your direction of view, like basically going backwards, everything looks different again. Like I've never seen this place before, but actually it did. Good job, guys. Good running. Run! Bye bye.
Bye bye.
I'm halfway in between Pokhara and India, and from now on it's pretty much all the way downhill.
Quite some big traffic jam here, and I have no clue why, but I guess we will figure out. The more we go, the more we see.
Eventually it turned out the reason for the queuing trucks was luckily just a construction site. Since the way to BUTWAL was mostly downhill, I covered the distance in way less time than expected, and after 2.5 days I was back at almost sea level, where cows were ruling the streets again.
Yeah, I've booked just a room for €6 because I need to make plans. My whole plans have changed a little bit, or not just a little bit, quite a bit. So yeah, we go there and figure out some plan what to do actually next. Wow.
That's my room. €6. I've got a bed, I've got electricity, I've got a window, and concrete furniture built into the wall. You get more bed in case, it could happen that more people would come. I have made my plans now. But instead of explaining now what exactly will happen, I'll just take you along. So, let's go.
What the fuck? There's the first elephant I'm seeing here. It's just walking around like it's part of the traffic. Crazy! Alright, so somewhere here should be the border to India soon. Let's see. So I have to go into the tourist information to get the exit stamp. I hope that's right. Nobody. First attempt I failed. That was the wrong place. To go 500 meters back. I guess. That's what they told me. Let's find the immigration office. Kinda difficult to find. I found it. Immigration office. Just over there. Immigration office. Nepal. Alright, I've got the Nepalese exit stamp, and now let's go to India. This is the Indian immigration office. They just had a COVID test. It was quite funny. The guy who did the test, the stick that he put in my mouth, he accidentally flipped it on the ground when he tried to put it in this liquid, and then he just secretly took a new fresh one and tested the fresh one. So actually, he tested me through the nose as well, but it's quite funny. Alright, so welcome back to India. It feels immediately different. Too many people again, and I don't know, it's a different vibe to here. want to show you a crazy animal that I've never seen before. And when I was first time in India, I saw it and I didn't know this animal would exist. So I was like, what the fuck is this? Am I the first person who's ever seen this animal? But no, it's called a nilgai. Oh, I don't know how it's pronounced properly, but it's like a mix of a deer and a cow. For me, India is the most difficult country to actually find a place where you can pitch your tent unseen, because yeah, there's like everywhere are people, so it's always tricky. And once you're spotted, you will be visited. So you want to avoid getting spotted so that nobody comes and tells you you cannot sleep here because it's dangerous or whatever. So exactly. So here on my left is actually not too bad, but I want to move a little bit more, so maybe I can find something better. It's crazy how smoky it gets here now, because it's getting dark. People collect their rubbish and burn it. I assume there is no governmental rubbish removal service, so I think everyone is responsible for their own. And the way they do it is just burn it.
That evening I stopped at a restaurant at the side of the main road for dinner, and the owner offered me a bed to stay for the night. And since it's quite difficult to find sometimes places where I could pitch my tent, I thankfully accepted.
It suits you. Looks very good. It's not so easy. Okay, first, one leg above. Okay, now stand on this, and then just move. Okay. It's very heavy. If you're not used to it, it's very difficult. It's 50 kilo.
50 kilo.
Yeah.
Wait.
9 o'clock in the morning, and I'm sitting back on the bike, going towards Gorakhpur, which is from here, I would reckon, about 60 kilometers. Just keep going with the flow and see what comes next. Gorakhpur is just behind me. I'm on some sort of detour around the city to avoid the traffic, and I think I will arrive tomorrow in Varanasi. Maybe. It's about 200 kilometers from here.
Welcome to India. Like channel को like और वीडियो को सब्सक्राइब कर लें. He's saying that subscribe to your YouTube channel.
Right. Thank you very much. So I'm approaching my second night here in India. First night I couldn't really sleep outside because I was invited to stay inside. There was too much attention yesterday in the evening, then at some point just like 10 people just standing around me, which is, for some people, maybe they like it and then it's fine, but for me it's kind of just generating stress, this attention. So that's why I prefer camping. Let's see if I can find something for today. They didn't put it on camera, but yesterday I actually found a place and ended up here in the bush, kind of well hidden, but not well enough at least. I've had already 3 people talking to me. It's 7 in the morning. They just wake you up and talk to you. Alright, back on the highway of infinity. And it's about 130 kilometers to Varanasi. So I probably will arrive tomorrow. obviously it's dark now, and I'm trying to find now a place to camp again. It looks actually kind of possible here, even though it's like an endless road again with houses, but I also see gaps. So I see potential places where I can sneak in unseen and stay there for the night.
Eventually, I successfully managed to camp at a quiet spot. Only the daylight revealed my presence.
Language कौन सा? English.
English. I'm Germany. Germany.
Germany उसको
It was a very typical morning now. She's having some spectators, but they were quite nice. It's rice? Rice? Okay. Video camera. Photo? Okay, wait.
ये बड़ा खतरनाक फोटो खींचा उसको बड़ा बना दिए उसको फोटो दो
Perfect.
और खिंचाओ
अंग्रेजी बोल अंग्रेजी
I'm back on the highway of infinity and I'm just following it until I'm in Varanasi. And it's a little bit of a wind today. Maybe it stops later or it gets stronger. We will see. One thing about India is like I have to do a lot of selfies. Just now got a signal already from some guys on a motorbike that want a selfie.
selfie excuse me of selfie
Okay.
फोटो खींचो ठीक है ओ रिगार्ड हाथ दिला ले
Okay.
ठीक है
Okay. Bye bye.
बाय बाय
बेस्ट ऑफ लक ब्रो
Thank you. Bye bye. It's 4 p.m. and the headwind makes everything so slow. It's actually a perfect road here. It could go quite nice and with a decent speed, but with the wind, I would definitely arrive in the darkness, I assume. Pretty sure. Just stopping here, have a little break and book a room actually for 2 or 3 nights in Varanasi. I actually like it when it's dark in India because nobody would notice me, so I can kind of fly under the radar. Very interesting is I usually get approached in Hindi, which is a language I don't speak. All I know is to say Hindi no, which means like I don't speak Hindi. Probably totally wrong, but people get it when I say this. And it's interesting because they're quite surprised when they notice I don't speak Hindi. And Indians don't drive with their eyes. I think they are like bats. They just use sound to locate obstacles. Slowly rolling into Varanasi now, and now I just need to find a hostel. I think it's easy. Just follow this road and then it will appear at some point because I think it's pretty much on this road. I'm almost there. 2 kilometers more. I'm curious. Never been in an Indian hostel. So I went to the hostel and it doesn't exist. So I booked a new one 8 kilometers from here to the next hostel. Let's hope this one exists.
The second hostel that I was approaching did indeed exist and was actually way better located and much closer to the Ganges River. So after a good night's rest in a soft bed, I went out to explore Varanasi, the spiritual capital of India. In the Hindu religion, it is believed that if one dies in Varanasi, is cremated and its ashes are released into the water of the Ganges, their reincarnation circle will end and they will reach Nirvana. Beside that, Varanasi is like most Indian cities, very densely populated, but is also famous for the Ganga Aarti ceremony, which takes place every night along the river benches. With this ceremony, which is also an important part of Hinduism, it is believed to purify the mind, body and soul of those who participate and to express gratefulness for the water. With that information, I say goodbye. Please, if you like the content, help me to grow this channel. Subscribe, like and leave a comment. And see you soon.